Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Next Ranked YouTube channel with Johnny and Jack. Apologies for my voice, I'm recovering from a cold, but hopefully we're going to get through this with me in one piece. We're making a video about NRG today. NRG just came 9th through 12th in the first RLCS event of the year in North America. World champions, coming back and trying to make another LAN. Everybody expects them to make it, Jack, and they don't. This shouldn't be a spoiler to you guys by now, I'm sure, because it was a while ago. But we're going to watch Game 5 of their series against Redacted. That's the two-piece Talk and Wavy team. So two-thirds of Shopify from last season. They've got Talk now instead of Rettles. Then we'll also watch a match from them against, or a game from them against GenG as well. But yeah, Jack, what? Oh
my god!
Okay, I was going to say, what are we looking out for here? Then I got jump scared by the most ridiculous save of all time. Yeah. I don't know how that's not got in.
Yeah, I'm not sure. we wanted to take a look at their matches. We obviously had a look at their Worlds win a few videos ago, Johnny, and obviously now this regional didn't go exactly how they initially, well, had probably planned for it to go. Obviously, they're a team that are looking to basically win every regional that they're playing in. So yeah, we figured we'd take a look and see if there's anything that is obvious, or anything that's, I guess, not obvious that you guys can't see when looking at the games whilst watching. What are they doing wrong? Because something had to have gone wrong, Johnny. You don't get that's actually a very, very nice play.
That's a nice shot.
You don't get this result without things going badly. So yeah, let's take a look, and we're on Atomic's point of view right now. Let's take a look and see if they're doing anything different to their kind of standard gameplay. And yeah, we'll figure it out as we go along. I mean, first off, that was just a very, very nice passing play. It was
great pass, yeah.
I believe it was like a pre-jump as well.
It looked like
somewhere in there, and just a perfect shot. They are playing a team that is like, it's made up of players that if they're playing well, they can beat anyone, kind of thing, right? They do have good mechanics on their team with Talk, I'd say in particular, and Wavy's very solid two-piece. As well in the backline, extremely solid. So they're not playing a bad team by any means here.
Yeah, they're playing a team who, if they take a couple games off of NRG, wouldn't be surprising. But this is Game 5, and one thing that NRG have been very good at. Got to be placed better there from Atomic a little bit, you'd think. But yeah, one thing NRG have been very good at is just being so consistent, and it doesn't matter how much pressure you put them under. Their floor is incredibly high, and they're able to just make themselves so hard to beat that other teams will eventually just beat themselves in a lot of cases against them. Especially regionally. In NA, everybody's so nervous to play them, they're not nervous to play anyone. But coming off of last season, they're the world champs. Now they've got to qualify for a LAN again, just barely over a month after winning. It's a short turnaround, and maybe that's what caught them off guard. They weren't prepared, at least as prepared as last season. But you've paused here. What have you paused here for, Jack? What's going on?
Yeah, I think the one thing I always say about NRG is, I've never seen a team double commit less than them, right? Like, they're very, very structured in a way that it's extremely clear for them on who's going for the ball and what they're going to do with it. That's just they've always been on the same kind of same page with that sort of stuff. So when you see things like this, where Beast Mode and Dan are both looking to get this ball, I'm not trying to make this the biggest deal in the world, because it's not. It just ends up in a shot. Dan ends up leaving it a little bit and letting Beast Mode go for it. But it does raise some. Sorry, I've lost where we were. Where are we? Atomic. Yeah, it does raise a couple of questions on just the overall kind of feel of of what they're doing. Perhaps a little rushed at times, maybe just not on point. With their kind of what they're looking out for each other. Obviously Atomic's looking for a pre-jump pass and play for Dan to hit it more to this side. Dan just wants to shoot and kind of play for the long run in terms of getting good offense pressure. So it's just a little bit of a disconnect in their mindset of what their initial plan is, right? Neither are bad players. What Dan's trying to do here is great if Atomic just waits, and what Atomic's trying to do here is great if Dan just passes it, right? So it's not necessarily bad plays by either of them. It's just at the wrong time, I guess, for both of them, if that makes sense. They're both just thinking something else is going to happen. And again, when you have a team as great as NRG, things like that, they don't get punished for it, right? We've not seen a goal go in for the other team because of it, but it does lead to maybe a couple of game losses here and there when the opponents are making great passing plays and also great saves, and maybe when we're shooting not perfectly either, right? We saw a couple shots so far go, you know, maybe could have gone a little bit better, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is a
Nice
thing that was, I think, heavily criticized across the tail end of last season for NRG. That was nearly brilliant.
Yeah.
Not ideal to be a team bump, and of course, it's really it emphasizes your point there that the synergy seems to be off in this game, especially.
Just slightly,
but,
yeah.
The shooting inaccuracy that plagued them pretty much all of last season, and then they clicked at the end of the season when it matters most. In Leon, they made their shooting count at the World Championship, so that seems to have come back a little bit in this game.
Yeah, and again, just another double commit, like a complete disconnect on, you know, from B-Sign's point of view, he has a free touch to the left here, and so then he can go again, or he can leave it to Atomic with space. From Atomic's point of view, he has a free shot forward. He wants just that kind of shot on target. So it's very, again, neither are bad plays. It's just figuring out, you know, which one to go for. So, you know, my judgment from this game is that they've actually been the better. I say this like lightly, like they've been the better team in terms of they've had most chances, right? They've had the most pressure. I'd say they've had most control on the ball, but they just aren't fully piecing it together and getting the correct shots off when they need to, if that makes sense. So, and that's really small things. Like it's nothing that I've seen so far in this game. Which, granted, it is only 5 minutes, but nothing I've seen so far is a worry for the long term, Johnny. Right?
Yeah, it's not terrible. No, it's like the other team scored a really good goal. You know, we double committed a couple times maybe a few times. None of them were devastating, but I mean, it's just not quite getting there. They're looking a little bit off mechanically, and the shooting was not ideal. It was inaccurate. And in a game 5, you would think it would be the other way around. You'd think it would be the two-piece talk and wavy team who are feeling the nerves, not able to put away their chances, which they did. They did put away their chance. Maybe struggle in defense, but they're defending very well. This has been a tough game to break them down. Yeah,
they have been. Yeah,
and they do win it. Yeah, 1-0. So fair play to Wavy Talk and two-piece. I think they played a good game. Overall, played a good series. And like you said at the start, they're a tough team. They can beat you, so you can't go in half-heartedly against a team like that. They're not just like, it's free win. You know, we're gonna beat this team. No, you have to definitely lock in against that team. And okay, now we're in game 3 against GenG. This is facing elimination. GenG are up 2-0. So GenG have picked up Rise in place of Cheese to play with Magic Bear and Justin, and they're up 2-0. They won the first game 3-0. The next one, game 3-1. NRG are trying to reverse sweep. This is what happens next.
Yeah, I mean that game, you know, it wasn't too bad. So we'll see if anything kind of changes here when it's definitely going bad. Like in that first series, it was 2-2 during that game. Yeah. They obviously lost it. They lost 3-2 in the best 5. But that's like, we can still come back. The series isn't going perfect, but it's also not going, you know, horrendously. This one's going very badly. They're 2-0 down in the series. They're probably thinking, what's going on, right? Like, we're not a team that should be 2-0 down here, or we're not kind of used to that. So they are probably feeling a little panicky because naturally of the stakes on this match. If they lose, they get knocked out top 12. So they're obviously going to be feeling that a little bit. So let's see if anything changes here from Daniel's point of view. So far, I mean, I haven't pointed that out yet, but there have been a couple of times where we're like just slightly probably not reading the play perfectly, which Daniel usually does, as that's one of the only players that I'd say in this game that does read the game like insanely perfectly, probably the best out of anyone. But so far, he has been getting a little caught out, right? Like with stuff like this, it's not his natural level, right? And that just shows that, like, probably a little bit rushed. And I think we did see that in game 1 as well from the entire team. Like every time that they would double commit, it's probably because they're playing a little too quick compared to what they used to. But it doesn't matter so far. They do get a goal out of it. But I would say a couple of times we almost got caught out, but not the end of the world, I guess.
Yeah, Daniel's the guy who's always. I mean, we talk about NRG being consistent and being difficult to score against, difficult to break down.
He is the
difficult to outplay. Daniel is the guy who is the main reason for that. He's their main defensive wall, and he always has been just an absolute brick wall in defense for his whole career. Doesn't matter what the game mode is. Yeah. He's hard to get the ball past, and yeah, they're not looking as invulnerable in these games compared to usual. Especially we keep saying regionally. You know, when you put NRG, yeah, against like international competition, it's usually more of a even playing field. But against other teams in the region, they've been so dominant. Oh, that's just very careless. Yeah,
it's just a little bit.
You don't expect to see easy goal. You don't expect to see teams just matching them mechanically and outplaying them.
Yeah, yeah. It's just slightly like, I would say that it's, it's weird. Like they will say it themselves that goal should never go in, right? It's just at this level, like you should just not be conceding from a air
not
dribble,
that easily at least.
Right, it's an air dribble that goes out of the opponent's half and it's falling, so it obviously has to be a pinch, and then it's just like nice yeah, really nice play there. And it's just like a bump and then a bad 50, right? Like, so it's just slightly lazy, you know what I mean? Without that is just lazy, right? Like, especially
the 50, that was like very lazy. It's just like, okay, I've just been dunked on, but so unnecessary.
Yeah.
They look like, well, at least we're obviously in this video just watching quite a small sample size.
Of course.
But we actually are watching some of the closer games that they lost. They did lose game 1 to Redacted 5-0.
Yeah.
There were if we wanted to really nitpick games that make NRG look bad, these were not the games to choose. We picked
and they don't look terrible.
The ace matches. So, but they do look like the other teams that they're playing against here are they're closer to NRG than we're used to seeing. NRG usually look like a level above mechanically and speed-wise. Nice save there.
Yeah.
Than their NA competition, unless it's Farce Killer's team. But this season, well, at least in these games, doesn't look like it's the case as much as it used to be.
Yeah, but they're just letting a lot of like chances go through. I mean, okay, obviously like the mechanics just aren't right, like fully there, which is fine. Like small things like that, right? I believe he meant to touch that ball with the jump and misses. Again, doesn't lead to anything bad, but it's just like they're not able to pull off exactly what they want to do. But I would say, and those aren't massive issues. Like they probably just get fixed with more time as
more hours,
with more time in the game, more hours. But like, things like this where the balls are just getting through so easily, right? Like, it's just something that we're not used to seeing from this team in particular because they are always so structured. But there were a couple of games, or I think we saw one game, Johnny, that was like 5-0, like you said. Maybe those games just snowball and things constantly go wrong. I actually think these games are almost like better to look at because it shows like the
close games.
Yeah, it's a close game. It's like an ongoing flow of play, and that's where you truly see what is going wrong, right? With the games that are 5-0, it's it can snowball very easily, but still not.
They lost to 5-0. They lost to 3-0 in this series in game 1. So they're game 1s in both series. If you really wanted to pick the worst games, it would be the game 1s. But like you said, they probably won't tell us as much as these game 5 and game 3 will. Which, right now they've got a lead, so this is all fine. This is actually what NRG do better than anyone. It's just like hold a 1-goal lead and wait for the other team to make a mistake. And eventually the other team will make a mistake. You're forced to make a mistake if you're losing by 1. The clock's ticking down, you have to do something, then NRG will make it 2-goal game, 3-goal game, and they start to run away with it. So they're so good at just strangling out their opponent, giving them no free goals.
Yeah, they've had the best
this
defense.
Looks fine.
Yeah, they've had the best defense in the world, in my opinion, for I don't know if you agree with me, but for like the past 2 years, honestly, since the first day they formed. Like
it's them or like Carmine Corp on their good days. That's the best defenses for me.
Yeah, and so when the mistakes we're seeing have a big impact on their defense the most, right? Like certain mistakes will have an impact on your offense, right?
That's a good goal. There's a small things that like this is a bad touch from Daniel, just goes straight to the opponent. It's not the worst touch in the world, but it is a bad touch. You can make that harder for them. He's worried about Rise, but Rise isn't doing anything there. Rise is just happy to let the ball go past him.
I think it's atomic.
The challenge from Atomic is, yeah, he's a bit too far forward to begin with, and doesn't really give Beast Mode an easy position. He's just a bit too far forward.
And it's just not like
honestly, does Beast Mode have boost here? He could probably jump and make it.
Well, yeah, like I don't think Atomic did a terrible. It's just
Beast Mode jumps here. It's like probably, and Atomic just drives back. It's probably not.
Someone just has to get up quicker. Obviously, like it's just not perfect. Like read of the play, which you know, we're asking for a lot, but you obviously expect a lot from extremely high level players, and we're not being too harsh on these guys. They will tell you that, you know, great play, but these goals again, I don't know if they should go in. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you know, see, this actually, like, we'll talk a bit more about this goal because this happens a lot in ranked. If we go to Beast Mode POV one more time.
Yeah.
So Beast Mode in this play, he's playing the more defensive option. Like when you're playing threes, we talk about this a lot in the course. You can find the link in the description. We talk about how if you're playing threes and there's a challenge happening or a play happening with your teammate in front of you, one of you, the second man, generally will play the aggressive option, and then the third man will play the defensive option. They'll kind of cover. So in this play, Atomic's kind of pushing up into the more aggressive position just in case Daniel gets a block on this or manages to 50 at mid. Atomic's ready to attack and ready to follow up, or if Magic Bear makes a soft touch, Atomic's on him. He's in the aggressive position. Beast Mode's more back, as third should be. But in ranked, players always get this wrong. This will always be a double commit in ranked. If a player air dribbles off the wall, second man and third man will both jump because they both think they can get it. But really, if you're in comms and you're an organized team, and the other team get their aggressive option to go as they're planning, in this case Magic Bear, into the air, you'd want, in ranked at least, I'd want Beast Mode to go. If this is like a Grand Champ or lower rated game, not pro play, I would be much happier seeing Beast Mode go because he's got a clear view.
It's easier for him to like get
and then Atomic could just turn in shadow and get ready to follow up. Whereas at pro play, they can do what they want because pros are very good. So either one of these players can challenge and force this ball as good as the other. But if you guys want to do this in your own games, you go one player forcing, one player in second, one player in third. If the ball goes high, let the third man go. It's much easier, and you're going to get a lot more success.
Yeah, I would agree most of the time. Yeah, especially in a position like this because, it's going to be in ranked in your guys' games. It is hard to kind of get up in a straight line almost, right? Like in a straight line, especially when you're trying to read what someone's doing on the ball, it's quite hard to control that and also get a good challenge in. And you're also just risking a massive chance that your other teammate, which most of the times you're not going to be in comms with or anything, will just go as well. So yeah, Joy, you're completely right here, I think.
But for Atomic, I don't mind it. If he thinks he can go for this, go for it. Like he can probably go just a bit faster, like you say. Not an issue. I don't have an issue with that at all. But pros are allowed to break the rules. Don't copy pros one for one. Just because a pro player tries to reverse aerial here and perfectly intercept this doesn't mean that we should are some mere mortals.
It is a very good touch as well by Magic, actually. I think I definitely respected this touch, and it is fast.
Look at the landing
honestly,
as well.
It's actually a very, very good play. Now that I look at it from his point of view, it's actually a very quick play. So I definitely don't. Yeah, it's a good goal. Honestly, it's a good goal.
It is a good goal.
I think Atomic will feel himself that maybe he could have dealt with it slightly better, but I don't think it was absolutely terrible. It was very nice. But Johnny, I'm going to spoil it. We have a goal coming up very, very soon.
We do.
So
Oh, it's just pain. I mean, if you want to know the true emotions felt by NRG fans, and probably all of NA in this moment, go back and watch the NRG broadcast of this. It's the final moment, the clip casted by JamesBot and Azura is incredible, and it really, I think, highlights what's good about team streams because it's so biased, but it has to be in this moment because this is the end of their LAN, the end of Regional 1. But yeah, of course, another Rise 0-second goal. It would be Rise, wouldn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, they just panicked. I mean, NRG didn't get the clear here from Atomic, and Daniel pre-jumps to block a ghost. I mean, he's seeing a play here that's not really happening. But I mean, if we're gonna let them off the hook on one play, it would be 0 seconds. That's the one time that you're likely to panic.
Yeah.
But yeah, NRG, This is new for them. They're not used to. We're not used to seeing them panicking in these situations.
He had a great end to this game. I mean, like, as with every single goal in Rocket League, by the way, when we talk about the mistakes of one team, it almost always comes off the back of course, a very good what's the word I'm looking for? Capitalization. They're capitalizing on the play. Yeah, can we use that? Yeah, sure. Magic Bear's capitalizing on the mistakes of NRG very, very well. So we don't want to downplay these guys for sure. Like, he's had a great end to this game. A great touch into a dunk, and then a nice pass on this goal as well. But of course, like, there is just like, if you have, and granted, Atomic he didn't get the greatest of touches. If we look at it from his point of view, yeah, it definitely could have been better.
It could be in the corner. It could be.
I actually don't know what he was trying to do. But like, Atomic,
I don't know why he jumped so fast for this. I don't know why he rushed it, because it looked. Maybe did he think it was going to be in the top of the net really quickly? Did he think it was just in?
I
suppose it is in, but it's not coming in.
No, I don't
really
think
fast.
I don't think, because he's worried about Justin's bump, and obviously from maybe, right, like, and from this angle we can see that he's just nowhere near. But if you're
maybe.
if you put yourself in the shoes of the player here, right, like, you're looking at the ball, but you obviously, your peripheral vision, you obviously can see that Justin's like, if he's going to get another play on this ball, he's either going to touch it quickly or go for a bump, right? Like, and we can't see that he's like behind the ball still. I don't know. That's what I would think. So I think getting up,
maybe Rise, is he trying to jump?
Right,
Rise
like, there's a player behind him potentially, even though he's, again, we can know he's not like close. Like, it can feel like that in the moment. So I don't think it's terrible that he jumps early, and that I still think that even if he jumps this quick, he can just simply get a touch to the left. But he means to do this, by the way. Like,
it looks like he angles to go out, which is strange, because Daniel's not ready
potentially
for that.
He's trying to pop it for Dan, right? That's the only like, unless he like tries to soft touch this and go again, which would be very like ballsy in this moment. I think he's just trying.
He lets go a boost though, so he's definitely popping this for Daniel.
Yeah,
he's not trying to catch it.
It's obviously just a mistake, right? Like, it's not a great touch, but as well, like, he still recovers to the backboard, and Dan knows that. And he's still trying to cover the like shots kind of thing. Like,
it's so close, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. He does hold his
really
jump, so he can flip if he needs to, which he does. But he obviously should have just covered the mid, right? Like, I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but at the same time, you have a teammate behind you covering the backboard. From a shot from this angle is never going to be quick enough to where this guy can't get it. So this guy should obviously just cover the low pass. He would know that. He probably doesn't make this mistake again, but it is what costs him in this region. I mean, Johnny, it's small mistakes, isn't it, really, that kind of finishes them in this regional. I don't think it's really anything to be. Do you have anything to watch in this replay real quick?
I didn't realize from Rise POV how close that was.
Yeah, it was really close.
Saved. It's actually a really good shot, because Daniel is getting down to that, and the shot being so low in 0 seconds means if that's any lower, it's just into the ground.
Yeah.
Overtime. So, good play. We don't want to sound like we're taking away from GenG here. They swept NRG, swept the world champions, eliminated them from a tournament earlier than they've ever been eliminated as a trio in RLCS, which is crazy. So, I'm with you though. I'm not worried for NRG. I do have an if they're grinding, because I watched Beast Mode's video after, and some people are saying that they don't know why Beast Mode's uploaded that. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's fine to go and make a video talking about the regional. I watched the video. I thought it was I thought it was a good video. But he said that they kind of let their foot off the gas and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said that they took it a bit easy, and my guess is that they took probably top 6 for granted. They probably thought, this weekend we don't have to win, we just have to get top 6, and we're Copenhagen. Yeah, we could do that on like 2 hours past 2, and they probably can most of the time do that. But this was one of the cases where GenG lose to Foot, so now they're in the lower bracket. They run into Redacted, who are playing a good series, and take them down in game 5. And now you're against GenG in the lowers. So their path to Copenhagen should have been Foot. It should have been Sosa, Cheese, and Frosty. Instead, is Magic Bear, Rise, and Justin, which is a bit tougher. And that can happen in double elimination. So they've probably learned a lesson. They've probably realized that we can't take NA for granted. Top 6 isn't free anymore. And it does look like other teams are improving, putting in more time than NRG are. So NRG have to get in the grind, and if they do, What's that?
I think Foot beat GenG?
Yeah, Foot did beat GenG. That's why their path should have been Foot.
Oh, right.
But it was actually GenG.
Yeah.
NRG. But yeah, as long as they're grinding, I'm not worried. And they've got FIFA E coming up, so they've got the perfect motivation. And if they're on the grind, then in theory they should be the favorite for FIFA E, because Falcons, aka the Saudi team, have split, so they've not been scrimming together. NRG are going to be the highest seeded actual RLCS roster. So if they can just go and win FIFA E, everything's fine. Everything's good, and they can just feel normal again. But yeah, if they have a bad FIFA E, then maybe I'll start to worry a little bit. Yeah,
definitely. Two tournaments in a row is usually the kind of like what's the word? Just the bar. Right?
That's a pattern. One is a bad event, two is a pattern.
Yeah, it's like where it starts becoming a little bit of a concern. But right now, I am swiftly predicting NRG to win every regional that they're in until they lose 2 in a row, basically. So
they can't win They can't win all 3 regionals in a split, obviously, because that would mean that Atomic gets a perfect split, which never happens. First Killer will probably ruin that, but they've already missed it this first split. But yeah, can they win the next 2? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Will they? I'm going to say they win one of them. I think they don't win both, but I think they will qualify for the major.
Yeah, I think that's my prediction. I think SG could have a great shot of like.
I think SG could win one. I think Rebellion or Shopify could maybe get a good event. They don't look like they've got it all there yet, but those players are very good. I think I think NRG will probably win one, come second, something like that, second or third, and comfortably qualify for the major.
100%. Yeah, they just slightly off with mechanics, slightly off with their decision making on the ball, and also understanding of what each other are going to do. When you say it like that, it sounds easy to fix. Of course, there are smaller things that I'm sure they are more aware of when playing the game. There's always things that you notice when you're on the pitch that you really don't see when you're not involved in the team, when you're not involved in the plays directly. So yeah, we'll see what kind of changes they come out with. My guess is no changes, stick to that kind of
no change.
Just play the game a little more, maybe just focus up a little bit more in the matches. They'll be completely fine. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, those are a couple of matches from NRG's recent regional, guys. Let us know if you enjoy this type of content, analysing teams. I believe we do have a MENA Grand Final to look at, Johnny, in one of the next few videos. So let us know in the comments if you're looking forward to that, if you'd like to see that, us analysing both the top 2 MENA teams, because that would be good. But yeah, let us know some of the kind of ideas that you'd like to see. And yeah, check out our course at thenextrank.com. Got a ton of great stuff for you guys to learn from in there. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.